here. We're here in Hoboken at the waterfront with beautiful Chef Ami. Okay, we're trying to get our gadgets working together. We were out scoping out locations because either one location was too windy or didn't have enough lighting, because guess what? It gets dark sooner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So hello everyone out there. Hey, you are here, okay? Juliet. I'm Juliet of the kitchen next door, Sugar Artist, and here we have Chef Ami, accomplished pastry chef. Why are you giggling? And we're hanging out. We're basically two cakers who are cake peeps, and we're here and we decided to meet up to chat.
Yep. And we're gonna be discussing a few topics.
We're losing our paperwork back here, and we have our assistant. Hi, assistant. No, it's okay. We just have a little intern here, poor thing, running after our paperwork.
Okay. Better.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. 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 So today here we're with Chef Ami.
Hey guys.
She is a trained pastry chef at the French Culinary Institute. Wow, the French Culinary Institute.
Yes,
fancy school.
Actually, which now is known as the International Culinary Center. A lot of celebrity chefs have graduated and attended that school. Just to name a few, Bobby Flay, Mark Samuelson, and there's quite a few.
Wow.
I know.
That's impressive. You also do scoping, right? You have a couple of periscopes out there. I saw you last week. What were you scoping on?
I was actually scoping on how to make money with your cakes. I know sometimes it's difficult because a lot of times we don't charge properly, or other times our designs or our finished work is not as clean or as elegant as we would like it to be. So trying to hone in to what our niche is, or what, you know, our branding is and things like that. And then next week I'll be scoping, actually this Thursday coming up, I'll be scoping on how to take professional pictures, even though you're not a professional.
Great. That's fantastic. I could sure use a couple of tips on that. And you definitely need to tune in to Ami because she's got all the good stuff. She's professionally trained and she has experience, which sometimes that's more important, or as important as the education itself, right?
It is. It is. A lot of times you need to put in the time. Once you graduate, you're not a chef. You need to earn that title, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a long hours, low pay, and you
I asked you this today. I said, Chef Ami, what do you consider yourself, a pastry chef, or what, a baker? What do you consider yourself? She goes, well, after all the years that I put into the restaurant business, right?
Yeah.
You said I earned it.
You earned the title.
Well, I just figured since you were trained that you are automatically a pastry chef, and she said no, right?
No, absolutely not.
How does that work?
Basically, once you graduate, you don't earn anything. You're starting from the bottom up. So basically, you're a pastry cook, and that's what you're considered. And everywhere you start, you know, from the bottom, and then you work yourself up. It's all about networking and, you know, positioning yourself in the right place, in the right restaurants. And you know what? Going to school helps you in that, because you network, you also find mentors, you also find what you really want to do. Some people focus on how to make breads or tarts or cookies and pies, but you learn how to make desserts from around the world. So you're not focusing on just one thing. You're focusing on around the world. You get a around the world's education.
So you get a global, nice, rounded experience, and then you can go out there, take that experience and apply it to whatever niche market you want to go into, or whatever it is you want to exactly do.
Correct.
Fantastic. So we're sitting here trying to enjoy the summer, right? We're pals. We're friends, right? I was waiting on some cupcakes. Girlfriend didn't have any cupcakes for me. I think
It's been a long day.
yeah, I don't think so. I think she heard I was on a diet, and she's like, listen, I'm going to do you a favor and do your pants a favor and not bring you any cupcakes. So my pants, thank you, I don't.
Next time.
That's what she said last time. And
When we have another Cakers meetup.
that's true. So we talked about the fact that we became friends and how helpful it is. I mean, we're friendly as friends in life, but you know, as cakers, why is it important
Well,
to have caker friends?
it's important because you bounce ideas off each other, and
But I have my husband for that. I have my sister for that.
but they're not in the industry. You
So
know,
what?
you wanna find someone that can be supportive, someone that can get what you're doing. You know, sometimes I speak to Danielle. I don't know if you know Danielle. She has a business in Long Island. And Danielle DiChiara. She's from
Bake Me a Cake. Heck yeah. She's my sister from another mother.
I bounce ideas from her all the time. I sometimes will text her, and if
Isn't she awesome?
she is, I literally will message her.
She's a know-it-all, but I love her. But she like literally knows it all. Like she's awesome.
I can email her like 11:30 at night because she knows that's when I'm coloring fondant, when it's quiet.
That's when we're all coloring fondant.
Thank you for the hearts. And you know, when I speak to Danielle or we chat, and I'll tell her, you know, does my teal blue looks good? And she's like, keep adding more, or take away, you know. So we bounce ideas off each other, and that's the important thing about networking and finding a buddy that's in the industry, because they will encourage you. They
Like
will,
a baker bud?
yeah, like a baker bud, you know.
Like
You
your
can-
own cake crew?
No, not really. But you know what? It's kind of like your followers in a way.
It's like your posse?
Yeah, something like that.
Like your peoples.
Yeah, your people
Like caker peoples.
that understand you.
I get
And
you.
because everybody else doesn't understand you. Even if you went to college for finance or whatever else, they don't understand you.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
It's true.
And the passion that we all bring to the table when it
we're
comes
not,
to dessert.
We're not exactly right in the head for doing what we do. We have a passion that is strong in us.
It is.
So, you know, you're talking about our caker peoples. Let's take some questions or some comments from you guys. We haven't been
Great.
ignoring you at all. Do you have your questions? Your phone.
My phone?
Or do I
Yeah.
have to flip this? Because I can't really
No,
read this
I got
way.
it.
I can't read this way anyway, so.
Okay.
Here, we'll do it this way. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
I can grab these if you want. See, that's what you need your friend for, to hold your papers.
Can you repeat that question again? I'm sorry.
One more time. Can you type that question?
Thanks,
We're
Alaba, for joining.
Guys, by the way, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, this is Juliet of the Kitchen Next Door, and we're trying to use 2 cameras here. Okay?
I just want to shout out. Big thank you, Amy. Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Amy, for joining me tonight, too. Hi, sweetheart. I love all the hearts.
I know. Hey, Danny.
Hi, gorgeous.
You know, that's one thing about networking.
Hi, Faraz.
Danny's doing great. Danny's doing great with her
Isn't she?
networking.
She is
I
the
love it.
best.
I
I am
love it.
so proud of her. We're proud of you.
Thanks. Danny, you're an example.
You are. You're setting the pace for us all.
She's a rock star, that's right.
Yes, she is. Well, so are you, Miss Delore.
Absolutely.
Keisha is out there putting her name out there with no shame, and that's exactly what you need to do. Okay, so we can go back to this, and what I need to know, so we got to make caker peeps. So how exactly do you make caker peeps? So you're talking about how it's basically a lonely industry, right? You're up late at night, you wake up early in the morning to do these cakes, you bake them, nobody's around while you're making these figurines, you're all by yourself, and maybe your online friends.
Yeah.
But it is important to have people live to talk to pinch, to kick.
Exactly. And
To text.
And you know what? One of the things that you need to do when you have that network of friends that are in the business, you ask for advice. You ask, for guidance. And you become partners in that sense. And basically, it's you can't be thinking, oh, she's my competitor because she lives close to me. You know what? When you're sick, that's the person that can bail you out.
100%.
You know, and you really shouldn't be baking when you're sick. So make sure that you have a buddy, because that's what your buddy's for. You know,
let's be food safe, people.
When you have someone that's in the industry and they know how to handle food, they will treat your customers the way you would treat your customers. They're gonna handle your cake pops, your cupcakes, your cookies, just the way you would. Another reason that is very important to network within the same industry and to have, you know, a buddy or someone is because if you don't specialize in something, like for instance, I don't do any cookies or any cake pops, and everybody knows that I don't do any pops. And I will call either Jennifer Marriage, and I will tell her, I said, hey, can you take care of this order? I have a client, and I will send her any.
Thank you, baby girl. Sorry about that.
I will send her any and all of my cake pops and cookies.
I'm sitting on my papers here. We apologize for the
I will send all my customers to her, because I don't like to do it. And when you don't like to do something, you're not passionate about it. You're not going to give it your 100%. You know,
I love you too.
when you don't like to do something, you're not going to have that perfection, that execution that you want.
Passion.
Exactly. So you're going to see it as like, oh gosh,
Sure.
Why do I have to do this? Or I can't stand it. And so that helps when you have that networking. You know, you find people that are at your par, that are, you know, up to your standards, and you bounce
Your client standards.
yes, my client standards, because they know that I bake, you know, and I use premium ingredients. So they're looking for that. I also like to bounce ideas, you know, whether I should do this, whether I should do that, because you know what? That's what we're all passionate about. When we're all passionate about the same thing, then we go for it. We help each other out. We push each other. And that's what you want. You want somebody that you can honestly help you, motivate you, and help you, you know, take that next step.
That's what my caker buds do for me. They push me.
Yeah.
They encourage me. Sometimes you just have one of those days where you're like,
Yes.
you just feel like the worst baker in the world.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did I even do this? Why did I even start this? I should go get an application from Starbucks.
Yeah.
I
all the time. Every time.
And I'll
I'm
talk
like,
to my friend and I'll show them a piece and they'll be like, are you kidding me? That's awesome. You did that? And I'm like, yeah, that is pretty awesome. Right?
Yeah.
They switch gears because they know. Because you almost don't believe your family because
You don't. No.
you're like,
They like everything.
Right.
It's not the trained eye. And when
Right.
you have a trained eye,
trained eye, that's it.
yes, you look at the little details, and it's all in the details.
That's awesome.
And some clients see that, and other clients don't. For instance, I have a caker buddy. Her name is Melissa Gray. She's from Cakes by Gray, and she's in North Carolina. But we bounce ideas off each other all the time, constantly. She was doing a cake show this past, I think Wednesday it was, a couple of days ago. But you know, the weeks leading up to it, she was like, "What recipes should I do?"
love those hearts.
Yes, thank you for the hearts. She also mentioned, you know, like, what flavors should I do? I want something that's gonna grab the attention of the customers. And you know what?
Would you be bouncing off ideas with somebody who is right in your town, though?
If they were up to my par, yes.
Why not?
Why not? It would be awesome.
There's plenty of
You
mouths
know-
to feed out there.
You know what? There's cake for everyone. There's enough
I
cake
believe
for
that.
everybody.
I believe that in 100,000%. Okay, those were excellent points. Do you want to go to questions?
Sure. If anybody has any questions,
We can
now's
go to
the time.
questions, comments.
What do we specialize?
Okay.
In organic, premium, box, and why?
Go ahead.
I learned how to bake from scratch. I learned from my great grandmother. So I.
That's a great question, by the way, Keisha.
I do everything from scratch. When I went to culinary school, they just emphasized that because you know what? A lot of the commercialized bakeries, a lot of the supermarket bakeries, they bake from box. And not that it's bad or that it's wrong.
It's excellent. There's nothing wrong with it. But
a lot of famous people use box mixes. Come on. But in the industry, you want to have that niche. You want to stand out. And making cakes from scratch is actually one of the ways that, you know, when you're in school, they teach you that in order for you to get the best ingredients, the premium vanilla, the best chocolates, you know, you use those premium ingredients to your advantage. You use the best butter.
it makes you unique.
It makes you unique, and it makes your product stand out. And they teach you a lot. I mentioned this before. You got to scale those products. You need to use a scale.
That's what she was talking about in her other scope. Was it Thursday?
Yep, on Thursday. I think I'm going to say that in every scope. You need your
until
scale.
they get it.
You need your scale.
Until they get it. Just like I'm going to keep on talking about covering your cake boards, but that's a whole nother show. I am with my pal Lexi Moore. I get so upset, and Amy's giggling because she doesn't cover that.
I do. At times I do, but you know what it is? I spend so much time. I spend so much time on the details.
Yeah. I forget the details completely, right?
That you know what? At the end of the day, yes, it's a $300 cake, but who cares about the board?
Are you serious?
Sometimes I
Are you serious?
Like wedding cakes, I will cover. And like big cakes, but like come on, 1-tier cake, I usually don't cover the board.
Listen, I can deal with a 1-tier cake. We can talk about it. I still think it should be covered.
I agree to a certain extent,
and I'm not
but
saying
if I'm in a
everybody.
rush, I take so much time in my details. Literally, I've been timing myself, and the first times I started,
listening to this?
yeah, the first times I was covering my boards, it took me 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And I said, I don't have 30 minutes to waste on covering a board.
This is why you start practicing to do it quicker, or you start doing them days ahead. And if you're such a picky person, which is not a bad thing, that just means you're a perfectionist and you like to do things precise. You do them days ahead.
I don't remember. Somebody was like, how's your competition piece for the New York Cake Show? And I'm like, I have a pristine board. That's all I had, like 2 weeks in.
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
Thank you. But it was just a board. But speaking of, you got blue ribbon on the shoe competition.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, love.
That is an accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what was the accomplishment? Actually finishing the dang thing.
Yeah.
And bringing it there in one piece through Times Square.
Yeah.
And my husband begged me, please take a cab. Please take a cab. And I said,
don't tell me you took the subway.
I took the subway.
Oh my gosh.
Just to prove a point, because it was the New York Cake Show in New York City with a subway shoe.
Yeah.
And I had to take the subway. I just had to do that. So anyway, so you're telling us how important it is to make cake or friends.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Do you just like walk into a bakery, get a cupcake, and just say, hey, let me meet the baker? Are you kidding me? I'm too shy to do that.
You know what? When you want to have somebody, when you want to meet somebody, you go for it. And a lot of times it's it's good to have that admiration for someone else.
But it's kind of creepy.
Well, you need to be discreet about it. You're just not going to be there. Can I meet the baker?
Okay.
Or can I meet the pastry chef?
Okay.
I mean, a lot of times when you go to a restaurant, you're like, oh, my compliments to the chef.
Okay.
And, you enjoy the food or the meal. And let me tell you, a lot of times the chef will go out there and say, oh, thank you so much. You know what? We are so underappreciated when you're in a restaurant.
Yeah.
That when there's that one client that tells the server, oh, I appreciate the meal.
Yeah.
It makes our day. It makes our day.
I totally get that. My dad was actually in food service for 30 odd years, and it wasn't necessarily the tips that came through, but the guys who actually knew his name.
Yeah.
The guys who said, we appreciate you.
Of course.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Accolades Accolades.
Yeah.
We love accolades.
That's
I
what
think
it's
our
all
moms
about.
didn't hug us enough or something, but that's another show too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have these insecurities. We're like actors. We need to be hugged constantly with praise. Oh, you did great. That's why we're the only industry that has competitions. The competitions are like saying, hey, you are that good.
But it's also like a networking event. Because let me tell you, at the end of the day, I didn't care how my shoe looked. It was just the networking. It was all about the networking.
That's true.
It was all about the networking.
Wait, isn't that how we met?
Yeah. That's exactly how we met. At the New York Cake Show.
Wow.
Networking.
That's right. That is true. Wait, I met a whole bunch of people at the cake show. A lot of people that I already knew online and that I just met up on at the cake show. People I knew online for years and I met up at the cake show.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Keisha
Yeah.
Thompson of
Yeah.
Delore Cupcakery.
Lexi.
She's awesome. Lexi Moore.
I never knew Lexi.
She did
but
that big rat with the pizza.
She also won.
And she won Blue Ribbon, and she also got into Cake Masters magazine.
Exactly, and
I
that's
think it was
excellent.
Cake Masters, one of the
So you see,
cake magazines.
networking can open doors for you. Networking can help you achieve that next level of where you want to be or where you want to go. So when you network, it's not because you're networking with competition. You're networking with your peers, with like-minded individuals, and that's who you want to associate yourself with. People that have, the same disposition, the same attitude, the
I don't know
same
about
passion.
disposition.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Some people are grumpy.
Yes,
Some
that's true.
people, some people are grumpy.
Yeah, that's true. But you want to be able to network within the industry, because if there's someone that you admire, then tell them, let them know, reach out to them.
I admire you, Amy.
Oh,
I do. I really do admire your work. You are a perfectionist. If you would just cover your cake boards, we would be okay.
I'm not gonna hear the end of that one.
Speaking of networking, how about Susie's barbecue?
Yes, Susie made a barbecue this July.
You're
which
Hispanic.
was
How do you say her last name?
Marrero.
Marrero. I'm in Hoboken. Marrero. So Susie Marrero of Sweet Creations by Susie out in Queens.
Yes.
She was awesome enough
Yeah,
to invite like 1 million cakers to her house. From
300.
at least.
Yeah.
At least that's what I saw by the end of the night.
Yeah.
To her house, opened up her house. We want to talk about generosity. And we had a blast. It wasn't all cake talk.
No, it wasn't.
It led to cake talk all the time. We did a little ranting,
Yeah.
a little networking,
We did.
a little schmoozing,
Yeah.
and it was healthy.
It was.
It was healthy.
It was. I mean, I got to get to know so many people at that network event that we had, and it was a potluck. We all brought a dish. We all brought sweets or goodies or a meal or some sort.
Even though that whatever Susie brought to us was way more than enough. Did you remember how many pots of rice and beans she cooked for us? I don't know how many people she was expecting.
I think she thought 300 people were going to show up.
Maybe she just saw my picture
Susie
and said,
has to
this
go.
girl's going to be hungry. Let me make her some food.
Nah.
So you want to go to questions?
Sure, we can do some questions if anybody has any questions right now. Yes, it was awesome.
Hi,
Those chicken
Susie, Mama,
kebabs.
thank you. Yes, those
Yes.
chicken kebabs. Man, I will never forget Trish. Yes, Trish, I don't know if you're on. You took the last one. I wanted that chicken so bad. I could still taste it.
Now we got to think of another network event. We need to do something else before the year's over. Whether we do it for Halloween or right before Thanksgiving.
Halloween.
Because if we wait too long for November, it's going to be really late.
Yeah, well, forget it. You know how we do during the holiday season.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. Halloween it is. We'll plan something in the beginning of October if everybody's
That sounds like fun.
If everybody's for it.
Hey, speaking of networking, how about online groups?
That's the best place and the best way to meet people. That's how we all met, actually. If you're local from the New York or New Jersey area, you can,
We're gonna pan in for this. This is very serious information.
if you want You're from Texas.
Hi, Texas. We have
Thank
love
you.
for Texas too.
Yes.
We hear everything's big out there. Is it true?
Yes, I'm going to Virginia in October. Hope to see you there in October. If anybody has registered or is planning to go, it's the American Cake Show, October 22, 23. I'm from North Carolina. Hi, North Carolina. I have a lot of love in North Carolina, a lot of family out there.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Don't think about going, just go.
Go, do it.
It's Maryland, Virginia. It's like the border. So yeah, it's in Maryland. Any questions, or do we move on?
Let's talk about the group, because this is really important. So if you live in New York,
Yes.
or New Jersey, what should we do? If we want to get to know a caker, what do we do? She's reporting people over here. She's blocking people who are saying naughty things.
Yes. If you're a caker from the New York or New Jersey area, you can log in and visit us on our Facebook page. It's called NYC/NJ Bakers Club.
That's right.
And one of the admins will approve your to join.
Like
to join.
Lexi.
Lexi's one of our admins.
What's her name of her company? It's a cute one. The Crumb Canvas.
Yes.
I love that name.
The Crumb Canvas from the
Yeah,
Bronx.
Alexi. Yeah.
And she makes awesome cookies. So if you
Oh my God, her cookies are insane.
if you're actually looking for someone that makes cookies, I refer them to her if they're in the New York area.
If they're lucky enough to get her, she's doing a lottery now.
Oh
Yes.
and she's so busy.
Yes,
She's
she's doing
so
the lottery now, so you need to hook onto her page. It's the Crumb Canvas, and check to see when she's having the next lottery. That's the only way you're going to get cookies from her nowadays. She's that busy. But wait a minute, aren't you an admin too?
Yeah, I'm an admin too, but
Congratulations!
I'm still new. I break all the rules.
You break all the rules. Don't say that. What are the rules?
Well, basically you have to be from New York and New Jersey.
Okay,
you have
so
to
you're
be
from
a baker.
Jersey. Okay, you bake.
But today she posted something. I think it was on Monday. Oh yeah.
Oh, she doesn't
Monday.
cover her cake board.
No. She said she wanted a cake from like.
Oh, she's tough. I love that though. She wanted 2 colors.
Yeah, and I just broke all the rules.
Yeah, so she went through all her catalogs and just like posted every cake. She's like, here you go, just here.
I'm sorry, I thought it was 2 colors.
And then she's
with an
like,
accent.
and she's like, nope, nope, delete, nope.
But then I told her, I said,
I mean, other than that, it's all love in our group. Like seriously, it's all love. It's like Northeast love, but it's
Yeah.
love.
yeah. I mean, sorry, Lexi. But listen, I learned in school you have 2 colors that you focus on, right? You have 2 either opposite colors or complementary colors. And when you're doing a cake, you add a 3rd color. You always want to work in odds, and you add that 3rd color as an accent color. So you can have a cake.
Are you trying to say that Lexi gave
No.
us? Are you trying to say that Lexi gave us an impossible task?
Pretty much.
Oh!
Not a lot of people can pull
We
off
have
a cake.
conflict in the group.
No.
Just like I have conflict with my hair right now. This Hoboken breeze.
You know what? When you learn
So tell us again about the 3 colors. So you need the 3rd color to kind of...
you need the 3rd color
Unite
to,
them or what?
to accent it,
Accent.
to bring it out.
Bring it
So you can have, let's say, red and black color, and then have white accent, or you can have, a pink and gray.
That's useful
and then
information.
use like white to use the letters. You want to have a complementary color or something to help it pop. You always want to have colors in odd numbers as well. Also, when you do your decorations, you're doing
Where
it-
did you learn this? In cake
In
decorating?
school. In school. Yeah.
Like what class was that though? It wasn't marketing.
It was actually our
Art?
our 3rd year, our 3rd semester.
Like art appreciation or something?
when you're doing when we're doing cakes already. That was already our 3rd level.
Oh, okay.
So our chef instructor, Chef Kier, which he's awesome and an awesome mentor. He always used to tell us, when you use things in odd numbers to decorate your cakes or your desserts, it brings the eye to move around if it's an odd or if it's in opposite positions.
And some of us might already be doing that because that's our instinct.
Yes.
But because as artists, you have an instinct for that. Just like after doing caking for so long, you just grab a pile of fondant. You don't even have to weigh it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just know it
because you know how much it is.
That's how I am with my cake boards.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get her to cover her cake boards by the end of the night. Just to reiterate, I'm Juliet of the Kitchen Next Door, and this is Chef Amy, Pastry Chef Amy. She's joining us tonight. We're hanging out here, chilling, and we've become friends, so we want to have other cakers make more caker friends, and we want to let you guys know how important it's not only nice to make friends, but it's actually important to the business. It's important to your business. It's important to your livelihood, and kind of healthy.
Yeah, and you network by helping each other out. If you have any questions regarding how do I color something, or what's the best way to achieve a certain item that you're looking to do. So you always want to have that person in the industry.
Stretching or something, right? I don't know. All right, just make sure. Making sure he's just stretching.
Okay.
So you've talked about. We talked about. Okay. So you talked about go ahead and visit your friendly neighborhood baker.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go say hi. Okay. Take classes. Go to cake shows.
Yes. Take classes. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. You know what? Not everything in YouTube is useful. Not everything in YouTube is correct.
Or you can't find everything you need in YouTube. Moreover, yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Educating yourself in the industry is the best way to move forward, to finesse your skills, to better, put your out there. When you go to take a class, you network within that group of people that are taking that class. And you bounce ideas with those people. You get to bond. You build a relationship with the people that you take classes with.
Chef Amy, you talk a lot about bouncing ideas off other people. Is it like a brainstorming thing?
Well, yeah, you want to be able to brainstorm. You know what? I don't know everything. Yes, I've been doing cakes.
She doesn't? I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Let me tell you, I've been in the industry so long, I don't remember ever not baking.
Okay.
Or cooking.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you know what? There's so many new ideas, new ways of doing things
and old ways. Before us.
And old ways that came back, you know? So like all the Lambert designs that they have now.
Which I can't pipe. I can't.
A lot of people can't pipe.
Can you pipe?
They're all cookie cutters.
Are you a piper?
I've lost it, I used to pipe
She's not a piper, but she can't say it? I can say it.
No, I'm not a piper.
I try.
I used to be a piper.
I try when my kids, all of my kids go back to school, and I'm home alone, and I promise to make myself a better piper. That's my goal for next year. That should be your goal. No, your goal is to cover your cake boards. That's your goal. Okay, so online communities was the fourth one. Yeah. So what else can we do? Is there anything else at that point? I mean, I think you mentioned at one point that if you like somebody and you admire somebody, I'm so sorry, I'm not really good at holding electronics and talking. It's like chewing and stretching like those guys in the background.
Stop it.
I'm allergic to exercise, so that's why I get distracted. But what, like, for example, if I see you in the forum all the time, and I say, oh, this Chef Amy sounds so funny, and she's so awesome, and I like the way she does her cake styles. Like, what do I do?
Just shoot me an email or send me a personal message.
You don't find that creepy? Would you actually answer me back?
I answer almost everybody. There was a time I was having phone problems, like for 2 years, and you know what?
2 years of phone problems? What?
No. Let me explain it. I got an upgraded phone, and I just noticed that I had messages from 2 years ago.
Oh,
but I started replying to them
I
saying,
get that.
I apologize.
No, oh wow,
you know?
that's really nice
and
of
you know what? It's like,
And
why
what if
not?
they don't answer you back?
I haven't had a non-reply. Everybody replies. I actually had 2 people reach out to me today. One, she had a problem with her order, and I told her, I said, you know what? Just join our scope, and we'll be there. We can discuss and talk. But I answered her questions. It was early in the morning, and then sometimes I do sleep a couple of hours.
I don't believe that. Because last night I was passing, like how she says bouncing off ideas. I was bouncing some ideas off of her. I sent her this thing and I said, hey, I'm sorry to write you so late. But here you are. You'll have it for the morning. Lo and behold, the little 3 dots came up on the Facebook. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so sorry I waked you. Before I could even finish that sentence, here she is. She goes, oh, that sounds great. Go for it. I'm like, don't you sleep?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can't. And you know what? That's how I learned. That's what made me.
It's a good industry to be in.
It made me bake even more because at one point I was an insomniac and I couldn't sleep.
It's funny, so am I.
So I would bake at night. When I couldn't sleep, I would start baking. And then I'd have goodies for the next morning.
That's awesome. Your kids must love you.
Her class does.
Her class does.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
I gotta admit something. I did that once.
You did?
Yeah. I wrote somebody.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, like I said, something just drove me that day. And I'm like super shy, but I saw this person's work online and I was compelled. And I wrote this person. I said, you know what? I love your work. I love what you do. I know you're part of a cake collaboration. I'm really into it. I dig it a lot. I'd love to participate. Would you please consider me? And they welcomed me with open arms.
Of course.
Not of course. I was like,
you know what?
Because usually you're like, oh, cake collaborations are so cliquey, and it's amongst all the cool kids, and all the cool kids only have it, and only instructors do it, and all that type of stuff. So you kind of have that kind of stigma, not like a girl that's just like caking and making people happy with cake, and I felt compelled and I did it, and I'm just so happy to be part of it. To be honest, and I don't know where that thing came from. I had to swallow all my shyness. I was so nervous typing.
You do, but you know what? I remember one time my sister was pregnant and she wanted this cake that I had in a book, and the book was from Elisa Strauss.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I've loved her since the moment I saw that book in Barnes & Noble.
Uh-huh.
Not only did I have to buy that book, I had to buy her second book.
Yeah. I love her craftsy classes. I have her voice in my head for her shoes.
So, you know what? Before I even thought about shoes, I've always loved her cakes. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to her because I wanted to do that cake. And you know what? I always find interesting, some people are so used to copying a cake and not asking permission.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend that you do that.
I love that.
When you have a customer,
an awesome network kind of.
When you have a cake that your customer sends you a picture, investigate who made that cake. Reach out to that person.
That's a great
I have
point.
met people from Australia, from Texas, California. I just emailed a mom. She's the baker and she's in California, and she does awesome cakes. And you know what? I said, listen, I want to have permission if I can duplicate. If I can make a cake similar to yours, of your of the likeness,
as an inspiration. Can I use your cake as an inspiration? Right.
Exactly. Okay. And you know what? She told me that she was so shocked and surprised, and she admired that I actually took the time to email her and to reach out to her. she actually enjoyed that. And you know what? You become friends with those people. You're able to communicate better with them, and then you build a bond, a relationship with that person.
That is fantastic, Chef. You know, you are so informative. No, really, you are so informative. You're so passionate, and that's why I love you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
no, literally, like, you're so passionate, so informative. You are willing to teach. She's like a natural born teacher. Did you ever consider going into teaching?
That's another thing. It's there. It's in my little back burner.
Back burner.
It's I'm not there yet. It's in my little back burner.
No.
We're going there. We're going there. We're gonna be there. Because I do want to announce that we're working on a cake conference for next year.
Cake conference.
And I invite everybody and anyone that is interested. I'm looking for a venue right now. We're for networking. This conference is going to be especially for people who want to learn, for people who want to take classes, beginners classes, how to make buttercream, how to frost your cake, how to make your cake, how to level your cake. For those that want to network, you want to be in that network of other instructors and other cakers, whether they're beginners, intermediate, advanced. I want to invite everybody I can. Our cake conference, we're shooting for June 3rd of next year, 2017.
Where, in Jersey?
Most likely in Jersey.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why is because there are not a lot of cake shows in Jersey.
No.
And we want to bring something to this side of
Metro
town.
area, maybe?
In the metro area where you can
Like
catch a bus.
not too far south, not too far north.
Well, it's going to be a little bit north because that's where I have a lot of networks and a lot of pull. I can get
It's close to her house.
probably. It'll probably be in Jersey, but you know what? It'll help a lot of
that's great.
the industry and the networking. And I have a lot of network also.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
when I first moved to northern New Jersey,
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody. I was a stranger in a strange
How
land.
long was that?
That was 10 years ago.
So you immigrated?
August.
You immigrated to New Jersey?
No, well, you know what? I'm a New Yorker. I'm actually a New Yorker.
What?
I was raised in New York.
All right.
I moved to Jersey in 2000.
Okay.
Things didn't go so well. I lived in Weehawken.
Okay.
And then in 2000,
Not too far from here.
No, and then in 2006, I moved up north. I wanted to do a fresh, clean sweep, new perspective. I wanted to get a better community, better neighborhood for my kid. I wanted better school system for her.
Right.
So
right.
I moved up north, a stranger in a strange land, basically, because I got a map, closed my eyes, and I just picked a town. And I didn't know anybody. And you know what? I have to say that town has supported me in the last 10 years because I've gone to my daughter's cheerleading, her football, her softball, her basketball teams.
That's part of your crew too.
And they're all
That's
my
part
network.
of your network. Yeah.
They all have supported me ordering cakes, whether it's for their kid's birthday, baby shower, bar mitzvah, sweet 16, sweet 15s, quinceañeras, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So my community in the last 10 years, they have supported me so much. And I think that now when I walk into Staples or Walgreens or,
She's a celebrity.
I kind of have to stay home because people will stop me everywhere. And you know what? It's a good thing. It's a good accomplishment, but it's all about networking. You need to put yourself out there. You need to, learn more, hone in your skills, and create that niche. You want to be able to have that network. Bring cupcakes for the first day of school to the school, the principal, the secretary, all the teachers. If your child goes to a small school in your community, get in contact with those coaches that are in sports. Give them something, even if it's a cookie or a cupcake, and say, "Coach, thank you so much, for your guidance in the sport." Just thank them. It's part of.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just an extra cupcake.
Exactly.
That we have anyway.
Yeah. I'm not telling you to give them a 6-inch cake or a big, 2-tier
That
cake.
I think is a fantastic way to even network outside.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying it's important to network inside your industry as well outside of your industry.
Absolutely, because those are going to be your clients. Those are your clients, actually. Those are the people that support
Chef
you.
Amy, you're fabulous. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to that cake conference. I'm looking forward to you scoping.
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I promise you that hopefully we'll do this again. And either we'll hire somebody to sit there with the camera, find somewhere for it to be, because apparently I can't chew and walk at the same time. I'd love to do another one of these Cakers chats. Was this fun?
How can we get more info? We're actually going to build a Facebook page for the cake conference.
For the cake conference?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Post it.
You can
So I haven't gotten the logistics of the location, so I need to...
I'm going to flip you guys over like this. Let me know if we still look okay. Do we still look okay, Mama?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
So once we get the logistics of where we're gonna have this cake conference narrowed down, then we're gonna create a Facebook page for it, and then we'll invite everyone, and we'll also going to tell folks to invite your friends and share as well.
Okay, perfect. And you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have been amazing. Sorry that we were a touch late. We had some location issues, ironing out some stuff here. And I want to thank Chef Amy for the cupcakes that don't exist.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, that's my waist thanking you. And I really appreciate it. If you guys want to chat with me, Juliet of the Kitchen Next Door, I'll come meet you up. We'll make cake pops. Or I'll watch you make cake pops, because I can't make cake pops to save my life. Or we can go into your kitchen. We can go have coffee. We can have a cupcake. Hopefully you'll feed me. Just email me at thekitchennextdoor@gmail.com. And also, here we have some information for... Hey, don't forget to tune in to Chef Amy's Periscope show every Thursday evening. Where can you find her? Well, that's easy. At Chef Amy. She talks about caking and lots more. Don't forget to tune in. We'll network with all these people. She's up Australian hours. This was better. We should have done this.
Oh, okay. Next time.
Yeah, this is cute. This is like we're hanging out like teenagers or something. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anybody out there still?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people out there? How come I don't have questions over there?
I don't know. We have hearts. Thank you for the hearts.
Oh, thank you guys for the hearts. I love you. Hi, Kimmy. I finally see you guys. Hi.
Any questions?
Do you have any questions, comments? We love you. If you think we're funny, give us some more hearts. If you think we're crazy, give us hearts. I love scoping with somebody else that can block everybody who...
We did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimmy. I love you. I miss you.
Would you help for jobs? You know what? That's what networking is all about. I think there was a post in one of the sites. Yeah. They're looking for a baker or cake decorator in Long Island. There's one of the shops in Long Island, and I know that B Cakes. Is that what they're called?
And there's
B-Cakes was looking for a cake artist as well.
And there's somebody in Queens also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Northern Queens.
Oh, yeah, at Buttery Cookery.
Yes, thank you, Keisha. She's always there.
Yes.
She's awesome.
So, I mean, and there's so many ways of networking. There's always someone looking for someone.
You know, this is a good question before we go, because she's good at this. I'm always looking for a mentor.
Don't look at me.
You don't cover your cake board, so I don't want you to mentor me. But how do you become a mentor? No. How do you ask somebody to be a mentor? Like,
you know, it's
that's
funny.
A tough situation,
it's
right?
funny that you say that.
Tell me, you're working on something?
No, but
you're massaging something?
Someone asked me to be their mentor today.
Oh, that's sweet. That's all you're saying. You're like, I'm ocupado.
Yeah. But you know what? A lot of times reaching out to a person and being available for that person is a lot. And a lot of times...
Like we're mentoring each other.
Yeah, you mentor each other. But a lot of times, I have mentees. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you follow Chef Schomburg, I follow Chef Schomburg. She's awesome. She's amazing. She's a mentor. She doesn't know it, but she's my mentor. I have
a lot of mentors in my head.
You know what?
I have a lot of cake best friends in my head too.
So do I. I don't.
And they know who they are because I pester them all the time.
Sometimes I'll text, like Liz Merrick, and she is an amazing woman.
You got her on text?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, well, we PM each other, and she replies, and she's in Oregon, so she's a couple of hours
Oh, so it works
behind.
for you.
So it works for me because at that time, that's when I'm working on something and I need that help.
I love Liz Merrick for her cakes, but now I just stay tuned for Baby Avalon to see how much she's grown.
She's so
cute.
so
adorable.
I know she's
She's
so
like
cute.
a living, walking cartoon.
Yeah, she's so cute. She's so cute. And sometimes I'll PM Bryson, and he's super busy, but he gives the awesome.
He always writes back.
Yes.
That's what I love. Another person is Lisa Mansour.
Yes.
She is very down to earth. She listens to what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was asking everybody for themes last year, asking people where to go, and it's like she heard us, and that's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
I love that about her.
And you know what? That's what caking is all about. That's what networking is all about. You help each other.
It's a personal business, really, because I mean, you're making cakes for somebody's birthday, a special occasion. So it's not like a mechanic.
Hi, Egypt.
So, anyways, I think I think we had a successful chat here.
Correct.
Do you guys have any questions for us? We'd love to answer any questions.
No? Okay.
Okay.
So we'll call it a night.
Well, you'll call it a night. I need to go quench my thirst with something limey.
We'll grab a bite.
Forget the bite. I'm looking for an adult beverage. I
Okay,
need some.
I gotta go.
I need some libations.
Bye, loves. Bye.
Bye. Take care. See you next time.